Quill.
Corporal.
Straighten them up, Mr. Vane.
Have the men form up for arrivals.
Alright, guys.
We're receiving
let's
guests.
form up.
They're formed up.
The governor wants ranks, Corporal.
Ranks, okay. Roger. Alright. Well, form it up like the old times.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys.
All in.
Leaving, yep. Come on.
Just one line, it's fine. Just
Corporal,
one line.
turn around.
Come on, come on.
Turn him around.
Turn around.
Turn around. Turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Welcome, Inspector, to Vandelhelm. How are you? How was your flight?
It was quite pleasant. It's an excellent to put a name to the face after all this time.
Yes, of course. I would like to introduce you to my wife, Tedes.
Governess, a pleasure to meet you.
An honor, I'm sure.
And to my senior officers of this brigade. First Lieutenant Roderick Oviedo, Lieutenant Tim Kellen, and Lieutenant Tantanven.
It's a pleasure to meet you, and I offer my greetings on behalf of the Security Directorate.
Thank you, sir.
Captain Nimbros sends his regards to you. He is ill today and could not be here.
Fortunate, but I understand.
Would you perhaps like to meet some of the men of the brigade?
Of course, it's always good to see the men in uniform.
Members of the brigade, this is Inspector Cardane. He is joining us from Rex's Prime of the Security Directorate of the Separatist Alliance. He will be staying here on the base with us. If you have any concerns of a national nature, anything related to your rights, your treatments, any questions that you may have, he can help you with many things.
I look forward to getting to meet all of you.
He is here to serve us, the nation, and you as a civilian employee of the bureaucracy. Please do not hesitate to use this resource. It is not every formation that has an attached Security Directorate officer. This is a high mark. And you have earned it. Right, well, I think that is enough introductions for one day, don't you think, Inspector?
I suppose so. It's a pleasure to meet all of you, and I look forward to hopefully getting to know each of you on an individual basis. I've already reviewed all your files on the trip over, so I like to say I know a fairly basic bit. Look forward to getting the details.
Good to see you, sir.
Excellent.
You as well.
Well, Lieutenant Kellen will show you to your office where you can begin your work immediately, or to rest if you should so have it. I understand it was a long flight.
I'd rather get straight to work if it's all the same.
Yes, of course. Mr. Kellen, please see him to his office.
Follow me, Inspector. I will bring you to your office.
Thank you.
I cannot say.
Well, I have all of you here. I would like to take the opportunity to announce that I have begun a new venture. Before I was elected by the Board of Governors to lead this great institution, I was a member of the Guild of Armorers of the planet Epsine. In my past life, I was a weaponsmith. Now that I have the opportunity to pursue hobbies by the virtue of the wealth that I have accrued, I would like to do that again. So as a personal venture, and to forward the interests of all of us. Now that war making has become something of a hobby for me, I am beginning my own line of weaponry, Ingtech, as a subsidiary company of the Epsi Collective. I have many new models that I would like all of you to try out. This will be organized through your officers and the like. Display prototypes, and many of them will be for sale at the company store.
We'd be excited to test them out, sir.
Good. Have you be the first one to test them? Many of them are designed with cybernetic implants in mind.
Roger, sir. I'd be happy to partake.
Right. In that case, I will not keep all of you any longer. Copper, if you would please take some of the men that have received cybernetics. They can join me. That. I will display the first set of weaponry for you and any others that have received the cybernetics.
Roger, sir. I'll grab them now.
Otherwise, you're at the mercy of Mr. Oviedo.
Yes, Governor.
Right then, carry on about your business.
Governor. Carry on,
Perhaps you would
Corporal.
like to introduce the new associate officers.
Roger, sir.
My mistake.
Oh,
Dennis,
yes.
come with me.
Hold on, Corporal.
Sir?
I forgot we had a bit of introductions to do. Come here. You two. You all know these men, obviously. But at the pleasure of the Confederacy, 2 members of this company were sent off to the academy to train associate officer. A position which is in between the... Well, perhaps you can explain it better.
Hello. We've all met before, but... Hello. We're the link between y'all and the officers. Is the best way to put it. If you want it to be explained more, you can come to me.
Very well. They know their duties, they have their specialities, etc. Surgeon, Quill, experienced pilot, obviously. We should not affect the day-to-day out. Another layer of Confederacy, bureaucracy, and command, which is always... Very well, Corporal. Pick out your cybernetics to do what you're going to do. The rest of you,
Right, sir.
well, I have nothing for you. You're free to do what you will in the appropriate areas. Remember the restrictions. Carry on. I'd like to quite see this firing range myself.
If you have cybernetics.
I have created a line of 3 new weapons that have
Get in
passed
here.
the prototyping stage. This has been a long time in the productions. 3 pistols and 2 medium carbines. One of the pistols I am not able to display at this time because it has already been picked up on contract by the separatist military. The smart pistol, which I think was the best of my products.
Smart pistol.
It's already been sold. It's possible that you may be issued it by the Central Command at some point. They're always acquirable, but without the licensing, I cannot show them here now.
Roger, sir. Like to see the rest.
I would like to draw your attention to the first repeating blaster that I have created. It has been labeled the SP-16. Take note of the drum magazine, which has a large capacity, 71 rounds. As with most Separatist Alliance standard military kit, it is made for the red blaster gas, which we have in abundance. So who would like to be the first to try it?
Sounds like
It's up to you.
I can. I have a
Dude.
pretty good recoil control.
I will admit that one of the faults of this model is that the magazine well can sometimes stick. You have to be careful when loading it. If you are attentive, you will have no issues. It has been a while since I have done much shooting. Coil control is something. You see, it has 2 modes. Yeah, please. Give it a try. Use whichever target you prefer.
Ooh, nice.
I like that one.
Yes, my husband is quite talented, not.
Whew. Man, that is a beauty.
Seems incredibly accurate.
It is.
In many ways, this model is an innovation. For repeating blaster technology, it is surprisingly compact, and yet does not compromise accuracy or rate of fire.
Incredibly clones in no time like this one.
I'm all out.
It's an incredibly impressive weapon.
Yes, well, why don't you take the opportunity to let some others try?
Anyone else?
Go ahead.
No? Alright.
Why don't you try it out, Alfgar?
You didn't do mag
If you insist.
I do.
Yeah, you will have to replace the drum magazine.
Thank you, Governor.
Handle it with care.
Yes, sir.
Governor, would you care
This
to
one
borrow
appears to hesitate.
my binoculars?
He's quite alright. I already am convinced of the efficacy of the weapon.
As am I, judging by this.
Whoa.
It's an incredibly impressive weapon.
Alright, Rochester. See if I can.
It's got a little bit of a kick.
I think it will
Hey, why don't
significantly
you-
increase the efficiency of the organic units.
It was a
Hey,
repeating
Alfgar.
carbine.
Why don't you aim at that shortest target on the
Imagine
right
a full platoon.
and hold it down? I want to see how
with
fast
these,
it'll go through that
all
drum.
walking forward at once, unleashing those
If you
magazines.
insist.
I cannot say for the effectiveness in the ground warfare, but from my experience on space warfare and boarding, this would be quite effective in the cramped quarters of a spaceship.
It would
Yeah.
certainly be a
Close
sleeper.
quarters.
An excellent
you could,
marine weapon, I
Incredibly
agree.
useful. Also, artillery and tank units. The compactness of that would fit perfectly behind a seat. Magnificent.
Who would like to try out the next?
I'll give it a
On
shot.
Rexer. Oh,
No one else is.
Governor,
No
what
one
is
else is
I'd
your
like,
willing
to
to
see the
step on
corporal,
the-
I'd like to see the corporal shoot it as well.
Okay, replace the magazine. This is the MB44 medium carbine. Standard battle rifle.
Much more precise.
All of them come standard with a 4x scope
precise.
mounted on the left. This is my answer to the DC-15.
Your answer, I would say, is an improvement in range.
Nice and precise. Rexer, why don't you go with it next?
Useful for clearing on field battles, but I feel it will have a hard time clearing the cramped corridors of buildings or ships. That is where the repeating carbine comes into play.
Yeah, I put it right there.
A combination of these weapons
indeed.
on a good unit would be certainly effective.
The Sir will give you a new.
Along with the
Chumbai.
standard issue E5s.
All reliable.
I'd say a platoon made up of 2 combat units of men carrying the new carbine and 1 carrying the repeating carbine would be a perfect ratio.
It's a good one.
The 32-round magazine puts it nearly on par with its competitor, the DC-15, which has a 35-round capacity.
It is, isn't it? A staunch
I see
upgrade
that.
from the E5.
The Republic forces have recently changed their canisters to adapt to red gas as well. Do you think they're going to be innovating their own weapon tech?
My speculation is that they are going for cheaper production weapons, which means that they intend to increase the size of their force.
Would be reasonable to surmise.
They are
Very accurate
bottlenecked by the
shooting,
cloning
Rexer.
facilities on Communor. How do they plan to achieve this? I do not believe Communor can support more cloning facilities. Unless our intelligence
Perhaps
is
they
wrong.
will do the same that we have done and recruit the general population.
Oh. The Republic of Old could never conscript our civilians, Governor. That would cause quite a strife in the core
Anyone else
world.
interested?
They would...
Well, this is
Crackdown
now
already
the
on
Empire,
weapons.
Kellen. Who knows what they will do?
Oh, hold on. We still have 2 more to view.
Yeah, we still have. Yeah, we do.
The governor's workshops
Rexer,
are quite
that
busy.
Or your T-21.
The officers may enjoy this sidearm.
Well,
Only the
Who would like to
Council
try?
here
Rush to.
may request 3.
I would be happy to.
As would I.
Quite steady in the hand. Weighted very well, actually. Oh, yes. Very minimal kick. Quite accurate as well.
Excellent.
Indeed. Isn't it a
A little
marvelous
harder at
little
the
number?
mid-range, but it's good. I like its bulk, actually. Oh, very nice. I recommend you try it out.
I intend to.
Governor, would you like me to show off the new smart pistols?
Oh yes, of course. If you have one, you should do so.
Oh man, you got
This is
one?
the other one.
Hand it back up. Let him watch this man do his thing.
Wow. Look at that.
I'd like to get my hands on one of those, actually.
My understanding is that you can order them contract, so they will not be produced domestically.
Which one is that one? called,
Accurate.
then?
Dead on the target.
That is the smart pistol. I will have to
So
look
is
up
that
what they are
what
selling
makes
them
the
for on
smart
the
pistol
market.
smart?
Oh, that
Oh
is
yes.
Do what?
that is the V4.
Is that what makes the
Marked
smart pistol
improvement
smart?
over the SE4.
I like it.
Yes.
I have not contracted those ones yet. Perhaps your family would be capable of producing some models.
Someone hit the
Small
target downrange.
caliber blasters like that? Yes,
That's
I don't
me.
see why not.
Well, the contract is up
Nice
in the air at the
shooting,
moment.
Dennis.
We could discuss it further.
Held on the firing range.
I'll be sure to contact the board of directors and have them contact
The new sidearms are quite
your
friendly.
board
I'd much
director.
rather have one than one.
Of course. Then the negotiations will begin.
Do you have a sidearm, Corp?
That is a most
Father has been
impressive
looking.
I do. I
sidearm.
have the DT-12, although I'm interested in what.
This is a good
What's going
opportunity
on?
I
to
also
make
have a
some money in
DT-12.
manufacturing.
Larger contracts have been drying up. Smaller weapons be much more efficient for our forges.
Well, my friends, do we have any thoughts?
I think this was a much-needed improvement for the brigade, sir.
I agree.
I'm inclined to agree.
Separatist militias all over the galaxy, perhaps even.
Indeed. Once these enter full-scale production, I'm sure they will see service on many fronts.
Weapons such
sir.
as this that will win us this war, Governor.
Well, thank you for taking the opportunity to test, and for the feedback.
Well, sir, do we you get to keep one?
You would like to keep one. Which one do you want?
Kind of like that, the 32-round magazine one, the rifle.
Well, these are my prototype models. They have not entered full-scale production yet, but I have some other prototypes of this one, which means I could bear to lose it.
I would greatly appreciate that, sir.
They are designed to work with cybernetics. The trigger control and the guard. It should do you quite well.
Roger, sir. May I?
By all means, use it well against our enemies.
Our benefactor is very generous, Corporal.
I agree, sir. He is.
We'll make sure someone sends the rest of the magazines somewhere that he can collect them.
Understood.
Anyone else want anything? Are y'all impressed with the display?
I don't think he's giving out free samples, Corporal.
Oh, doesn't hurt to ask.
Perhaps they should be on their way.
Governor.
I agree. That'll be it, Corporal. Thank you.
Roger, sir.
Make
We'll
sure
get
to
a-
share
Once,
the information with the rest
um,
of the brigade to get them excited about the
Once the
future
sidearm
prospects, etc.
enters full production, I would
Roger,
be
sir.
most
Yes, sir.
appreciative of
Come on, lot.
putting my name down on the shortlist.
Well, let me spread the information real quick and we'll meet.
I'll meet you over there.
Man, that one
Cut my arm off and all I got to do was hold it.